So it's the second division that tops the bill in tonight's programme, and deservedly so too. The teams, Luton Town and Leicester City, have proved themselves ambitious, determined and not short of talent, and it added up to quite a match. Your commentator is Alan Parry.
The success of Luton Town provides encouragement to all those clubs currently facing a financial crisis. When Luton manager David Pleat first came here as a coach in the mid-1970s, Luton were close to extinction, but they survived and then prospered by selling star players and eventually producing stars of their own. This lineup consists of players who are either home-produced, signed from non-league football, or for modest transfer fees. Injuries have forced a late change today. Alan Judge comes in for first-choice goalkeeper Jake Findlay, injured against Ipswich in last week's FA Cup defeat. Although they're 11 places behind Luton in the table, Leicester City still consider themselves promotion candidates. And after today, 6 of their next 8 matches are at home. They're still missing the experience of the injured Eddie Kelly in midfield. Paul Ramsey takes his place today. On his last appearance on Match of the Day, Leicester's Alan Young scored twice in the FA Cup win over Southampton, including one of the best headed goals seen all season. So Luton all in white with the orange markings kick off what surprisingly is their first league game at Kenilworth Road for more than 2 months. An early ball played in very dangerously too. The whistle didn't sound. Leicester City were expecting the offside flag against White, but the referee, Mr. John Moles of Essex, his first appearance incidentally on Match of the Day, ruled that White was onside. So an early miss perhaps for Luton. Header away by Goodyear. Leicester City incidentally in a change strip of all red. Here's Fucillo and Hazelwood for Luton. White again. Seeing plenty of the ball in these opening stages. Top scorer Steve White. A fine ball too to Steen. Well blocked by Larry May. Fucillo finding Steen with that long throw-in. And he did well to get in the shot, and it was a fine save too by Wallington. All came from that throw-in by Fucillo. Steen on the edge of the area, turning away from the defender quickly and getting in that first-time right foot shot, which Wallington palmed away for the corner. Watch for Goodyear and Donachie coming forward for these corners. But that was always going to reach Alan Young before anyone else. But what a fine ball played back for Moss by Fucillo. Good cross. And away by May. Here's... Oh, Hill got the shot in. It comes to Goodyear. And Fucillo. And then Horton. And finally the flag is raised. And that period of excitement comes to nothing. But what marvellous early pressure by Luton. 3 shots, all towards target, all blocked simply because Leicester had so many defenders back from having marked the initial corner. Luton looking good. Stevens, Horton, Hill, Fucillo, Moss wanting it on the left, but a fine ball to White. Hill's got back with him, just too far ahead of him. And again, May making an important interception. But hasn't Hill done well? Here's Moss. Horton. Never really got behind that one properly. Good ball played in from the left by Moss. Horton took it down well on the chest, but no power behind the shot. Good header that by Peake. And again, too, by Young. Lineker leaves it to Young. Oh, it's very nearly broken then, but Donaghy again making up for the error by Stevens. Lineker. Ramsey. This is Peake. Well, they were always running into trouble then, Leicester City. Fucillo with the first-time ball. Good one to Moss. Steen and White in the middle for him. Steve White, a brilliant goal. White gets his 50th to congratulate the man who provided it, David Moss. So simple, but devastatingly effective. Moss going down the left, got to the byline, the cross was perfect, and White's header was just as good. 1-0 to Luton Town. So Leicester City playing what's their first game in the second division for a month since a 1-1 draw at Oldham. Suffer an early setback with only 14 minutes gone. Although Leicester have games in hand on many of the teams around them, that goal by Steve White won't make their task here today any easier against the second division leaders. Here's Stevens. Offside against White. And Paul Ramsey. First time ball, and Steen looked to the linesman and saw the flag has stayed down. Still Steen. Pulls it back for Hazelwood. So close to a second goal. But one wonders what might have happened then if Steen had followed his instincts and gone straight on instead of looking for the linesman's flag. The flag stayed down. When he pulled it back for Hazelwood, his footing really was a little bit wrong and the shot went wide. Lineker getting it on. Here's Young. Monaghan battled well. That's a fine ball, and White is onside. Hazelwood found him. And found him well. Well, Moss battling, but always losing out. Here's Wilson for Leicester. And I noticed there's a Leicester player lying totally on his own, injured, inside the Luton Town half at the moment, as the ball has gone out of play. It's Gary Lineker. And he doesn't look too good, does he? "25 minutes gone, and he obviously got a crack on the neck or the back of the head. And Leicester's physio, John McVeigh, arrives to administer the magic sponge. Jim Melrose, the Leicester sub, warming up, and at least if Lineker has to come off, Melrose being a striker, indeed being Leicester's top scorer, would be the perfect replacement for him. Goodyear staying calm. Good ball too for White. Well, it's like a cup tie this. Linex turning it on for Young. And again, Goodyear close enough to make the tackle. A lot of pace, a lot of commitment, and plenty of skill. A good match this. Young got the header. Hazelwood goes up with him. Still Young. Did so well, and the deflection took it just wide, and it came off his own man, so that's a goal kick. Young, the battler, an aggressive player, kept working away for that opening, and it came, and the shot was deflected wide. Williams, good header. We're into the final 10 minutes of this first half. Steen for Luton. May. He made Wallington race off his line. Stevens, good firm header. Oh, and the bounce has deceived Fryer. Here's White. Hill. Steen. 3 in the box for him. Well, that deflection took the ball just wide. What a lovely build-up again by Luton Town. 3 or 4 players involved. When Steen pulled it back into the middle, the deflection on the far post by Moss, I think it was, took it just wide. Stevens' header. Here's Hill. On to White. and he's got in behind O'Neill. Can he finish? He wasn't far off the mark. Hill made it possible with control and strength in midfield. White had the speed to take it past O'Neill, and the shot was just over. Hill's header. Ramsey got in the way. Wilson. Goodyear, straight back to Hill. Steen. The long legs of Larry May, reaching the ball first at the expense of a throw-in. Right on the corner flag. Stevens. Fucillo's made a good run for him, and it nearly reached him. O'Neill's header. Ramsey clear. Horton. Good late pressure by Luton. Here's Hill. Oh, Williams, and a great save by Wallington. How did he keep that out? The cross was hammered in delightfully. Williams spectacularly almost scored an own goal, and Wallington an even more spectacular save. Great stop that. Corner. Goodyear's header came off May, and in the end White nods it over the top. We could have had 2 own goals then. Well, we couldn't, because of course it was the save by Wallington from Williams which produced the corner. But Larry May nearly knocking the ball back fatally towards his own goal. White in the end hit it wide. And here's Linex. Already a minute over time in this half. And Young going spectacularly full length to try and make contact then, as the ball was clipped in, but just failed. That's it, the end of a very eventful first half. A fine 45 minutes, Luton always taking the game to Leicester, but Leicester were always in it. And that 1-goal margin, the goal coming from Steve White, will not be enough to allow Luton to relax in the second half. Leicester City with a lot to do to extend their unbeaten sequence. They've gone 6 games without defeat. Luton in the kind of form that's taken them 4 points clear at the top of Division 2. And indeed, Luton also have 4 games, no less, in hand on the nearest club, Oldham. O'Neill forward. And Lineker, Young rather, pushed in the back then. I was going to say that Lineker is on the field for this second half, despite the fact it looked as though he might have to come off at the end of the first. And here he is, over his head to Donaghy. Williams. Hazelwood. May with plenty of time. Over everyone's head to Young. Pulled it back well, and it's difficult here. Lineker quick. That's a good save, and it's still loose. But the goalkeeper did so well, and there are 2 players injured in that moment of mayhem in the Luton goalmouth. Lineker was brave and quick, and Judge did well to come off his line. He tried to kick it out of play, so the players can receive treatment, but it stayed in. And now the referee has intervened, and the man down injured in the goalmouth is Kirk Stevens, who made a desperate attempt to try and rescue that situation. He, Lineker and Judge all going in for it. Kirk Stevens, a bargain buy, only £5,000 he cost from non-league Nuneaton, once managed by Luton's manager David Pleat. He's all right. Hill got up well. This is Fryer. Wilson. Stevens, Horton. Fryer putting him under pressure, and he was inch perfect. Clear to Young, who did well. Wilson plays it superbly onto Linex, and now here's Lineker. 1-1, and this time, as Lineker and Judge go down together, it pays off for Leicester City. Lineker gets his 8th goal of the season. Young and Linex and Wilson all involved in the build-up to it. It was played into space, and Lineker was just that little bit quicker than the goalkeeper. Luton Town 1, Leicester City 1. And as I was saying at half-time, Leicester City were always going to keep battling in this game, much as Luton have enjoyed most of the possession. Now Young. It really would be something for Leicester with all those home games to come. 6 out of the next 8 matches, if they could take something from Kenilworth Road today. Horton. Absolute terriers in the tackle, Leicester City. Here's Goodyear for Luton. Fryer. Stevens. The pace is unrelenting. Moss will chase that, but again May gets there ahead of him. But got the intended back pass all wrong. Corner. And Fucillo now will receive treatment for the injury he collected a moment or two earlier. So Fucillo limps back into the action. Luton have a corner. Oh, superb goal! Maldoneki, a brilliant goal. The crowd celebrate, and Maldoneki gets his 7th goal of the season, and he absolutely buried that one in the roof of the net. The corner was accurate, but how impressively he came in and met it. So simple again. Luton Town 2, Leicester City 1. So the long delay for the injury made no difference to Luton. What with that goal, what kind of difference would it make to Leicester? It could be an immediate response as Linex goes down on the very edge of the box, tackled by Hazelwood, and the referee's given a free kick just outside. Alan Young pointing furiously to where he thinks the tackle took place, which presumably is inside the box. Maldoneki, who had previously only scored once in 3 seasons for Luton, now has 7 goals already this season. That was a vital one. But this is a vital free kick. Right in the arc, on the edge of the box. And a nightmare for goalkeeper. Alan Judge. Moss trying to help him out. And the shot in the end troubled the crowd more than the keeper. Pete will be very disappointed with that. It was really on for something then for Leicester, and as the free kick was knocked short, Pete got his effort all wrong. Ricky Hill, May, here's Horton, Hill again, now Steen, and Hill, good play, White, pulls it back towards Moss, and May again with a fine header clear. Still the danger though, here's Moss again. Luton's throw. Steen. Did well to get a shot in. Wallington right behind the line of flight. And good to see, oh well, not good to see that throw straight at Ricky Hill. I'm going to see good to see Leicester going forward, but now they're on defence and very nearly conceded a second goal. Hill pulling that ball back, agonisingly close to Steve White. Ricky Hill is such a favourite here. Many rate him the most skillful player outside the First Division. came off him. Ramsey trapping it, but here's Horton. And that's the kind of experience, really, in a heated situation that made David Pleat go for this man who'll be 33 next week. Just calming it down when it needed to be. May's header, Wilson. Horton. Offside, Steve White. And Antish will come on for Fucillo, who's still limping a little from an earlier tackle. Antish, a man who's played his club football in 4 different countries, but I wonder what he makes of the pace of a game like this. In the 2nd division in England, it's been frenetic and fast all the way, but it's also been very skillful. He can play in midfield or as a sweeper, so an ideal substitute. And he has under a quarter of an hour to make some impact. May's clearance, that was. Goodyear's header, back from Ramsey. Stevens. Peake did well then. Here's May. Well, he was well and truly sandwiched then. White and Antish. And in the middle of it all was Larry May. Free kick to Leicester. Well, Leicester wasted their last free kick near the area. It was even closer than this. What can they do this time? May climbed but didn't reach it. Williams plays it back in. Somebody's lying injured, therefore playing Leicester players onside, as it's nicked in by Peake. Horton gets it clear, comes to May, and Horton is down on the ground, having received about a size 12 boot in the face. And I think he's just asking the referee to check whether his head's still in place. Spot of mud in the eye, and as that's happening, and the referee helping out, it looks as though Leicester City are finally to make a substitution. Paul Ramsey will be the man to come off, and striker Jim Melrose will take his place. Top scorer with 8 goals this season. Jim Melrose, handshake for young Paul Ramsey. So an out-and-out forward on for a midfield player. Horton. In came Williams, and now Melrose. Lineker. Melrose again. Young! Great save! Well might he be angry, but well might Alan Judge be delighted. A superb save, a great cross too from the right. Young with a perfect header almost, right underneath the bar. Judge got it over. Corner aimed again at Young. Goodyear climbed higher. Melrose gets it back in though. Antish away. Hazelwood. A fine play. Steen. Still Steen. He's going all the way. Can he finish it? Well, it was a delightful piece of skill, but Wilson got there ahead of Ricky Hill. May, a good firm header that. Flicked on two towards Young. This is Goodyear. Linex, and it just bounced wrong for him. Luton happy to clear anywhere at the moment. And time against Leicester now. The referee's had another look at his watch. Here's Peake. And that's the final whistle. Cheers all round and handshakes too at the end of a magnificent game of football. Luton the winners by 2 goals to 1.